All right. What is up, everybody? Y'all already know the deal. You know the routine. Whether you're catching this thing live or catching it after it's uploaded, make sure that you hit the like button. Make sure that you hit the like button. I already see a few comments already came in. 13 people in here right when I click the link. I do like to see that. Like to see people already in the building waiting. And sorry for keeping you waiting for so long. Sorry for keeping you waiting for so long. But no, we're definitely about to be getting into this. I sort of put off covering covering both of these stories, the whole debacle with Tyrese and his girlfriend, and the even worse debacle with Jonathan Mayers, who, as far as I understand the story, he called the police and she said a lot of wild, wacky, crazy things that she later recanted in the whole works. So we're going to be getting into that, going to be talking about that, going to be breaking that down, and going to be asking the question because they always say, well, white women, they call the police on you. Emmett Till, they bring up Emmett Till and all of that. But in this modern time, the tough question that we will tease out, are black men just as much, if not more, at risk when dealing with black women versus dealing with white women? Yeah, we going there. But but with that said, ladies and gentlemen, strap on in. Let's get ready to go. Let's get it.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
What's up and what's going on? Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out, salute to everyone. Salute to everyone. We'll be joined by Game Changer and perhaps some other people. We will see who all shows up. We got Blood Boiling, who maybe made the comment of the day with the first comment. He says both are equally dangerous, but in different ways. We will definitely get into that. Brenda, who's on the panel to my right, well, left, depending on how you're looking at the screen, but she says he agrees. Both are equally disruptive to okay, hold on, wait. I gotta make that bigger so I can see. My screen is far away. Hold on, I don't even know if I said that. Okay, both are equally distributed to cause harm to black men. Thank you. I had to make that bigger so I could see it. And we are indeed joined by Game Changer. Be going to him pretty soon. Let me shout out a few more people before we get things started. Omega Dreads. Shout out to you. Joe Ethereal. Oh, thank you for you sent the $50 Cash App after the last show. Well, actually, sometime in between the two shows. That account for today's show. So you're the sponsor of today's show, starting it right off properly. Thank you very much, Joe Ethereal. Shout out to Mayan King Revisited says the fight against feminism. He says the fight is against feminism, not racism. Quoting Minister Jap. Shout out to the Mac the Trucker. Shout out to Winthrop. Says, yes, the negrosity versus caucasity dynamic. Indeed. shout out to everybody. Shout out to Joe once again. Shout out to Survival. Shout out to KG. Shout out to About Business, American Negro, Aaron B, Emmett Perry. Shout out, salute. See dirty folks in the building. All right. So cut the music. Got to go ahead and get into it. Oh wait, hold on. We lost somebody. We lost someone. We lost Brenda. We lost Brenda. Brenda is no longer with us. What's going on, GC? welcome.
Nothing much, Bernard.
What's going on? Let's see. All right. So what I'm gonna do while we try to figure out what the hell happened with Brenda, There she go. All right, there she go.
Sorry about that.
What'd you do?
Actually, I don't know. I think my Wi-Fi just dropped and then came back.
Plantation Wireless?
No.
Got that Plantation Wireless over there.
I used to last year, but yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're about to get right on into it. About to play the clip, about to play the tape of the Tyrese situation, and we're going to play some clips of I'm going to play a tape that basically sums up exactly what happened with the Jonathan Majors situation, because a lot of people don't even know what happened, but it sums up in a great chronological detail exactly went down. So we're going to make sure we get everything laid out in all the way game, set, match before we go forward and get into it. Then we're going to talk about it as I laid it out. We're going to be debating and discussing the notion of what's more dangerous nowadays. Today, black man with black woman versus with white woman, the old trope that was true at one point. Yeah. She, the Emmett Till situation, the white woman, sick the white mob on a black man. And then fast forward to today, you get situations like with the Jonathan Major situation. But we got a countless number of situations where black women indeed are calling the police and everything. We talked about that when we basically discussed the whole what was it, the Tory Lanez situation, how he was, it was tongue in cheek, and some people was kind of trolling with it, but they were pointing out that had he stayed in the pool with the white girl, he would still be free, but he got out of the pool and got entangled with all that mess with Meg Thee Stallion and our former friend Kelsey, and ended up in all kind of mess that got him locked up for something that he probably didn't do. So we're gonna get all the way into that. But the first thing we're gonna do, for those that don't know, those who haven't seen it, a few people that haven't seen it, we're gonna roll
the most commonly asked question.
We're gonna roll the tape of what actually happened here first with Tyrese situation. Then we're gonna get into the Jonathan Majors thing, and then we're gonna discuss. But before we do anything, Prime VA 757 says statistically it's black women. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate it. All right, and we will stop and go at parts of this and discuss, because before we get into that whole debate, we got to break down this level of disrespect and where and why and what the hell is it even happening for? Why even do this? We got to pick apart aspects of this video. So we got to Zapruder this tape before we get all the way in it. But let's go.
How did we meet? I slid in the DMs.
Yeah.
We linked up.
He wasn't my type at all. My type was actually Paul Walker, rest in peace. But
all right. We got to stop it already. So going around the panel, if anybody can, for in any way, shape, or form, explain why on earth does a woman on camera, knowing that he's live in front of who knows how many people, say he wasn't my type, and didn't just say a type of guy that was her type, but named a literal guy who is his literal dead friend. Why?
Yeah, it's a social hierarchy amongst bitches. Basically, what you have is at the bottom of the social hierarchy amongst Black women is the submissive housewife. She's at the bottom, which is underneath hooker. It's underneath, OnlyFans model. It's underneath everything. That's at the bottom. Now, at the top is a Black woman who is strong, independent, and a single mother. And right below that is a strong, independent Black woman that's married to a white man. And so on and so forth. Basically, the hierarchy is based on how miserable you can make Black men. So she has to solidify her place in the sisterhood hierarchy by throwing in fucked up shots like that.
I would chime in. It doesn't matter if she was like, thank you, Game Changer, for the breakdown, because I'm not aware of that, but it was just totally disrespectful. Whoever name she was calling, even if it was another Black man, this guy has included, like, they're a couple, right? Bernard, they're a couple?
Yes.
So this is her boyfriend. He has seen qualities in her where he would say, I'm going to put a title on this. You're my girlfriend. In the video, she's like, hey, you're not my type. I'm interested, and name the guy. To me, that's abusive. I mean,
no, it is. But I mean, the question is why. But I mean, why? so Cui Bono, who benefits from her disrespect? What does she get out of this particular disrespect?
What does she get? I gotta think on this. What does she get out of disrespect?
No, it's the hierarchy.
Maybe a power trip, like you were saying. Like she, because
exactly. And that's my point. That's my point, and it's power over home.
And she's ignorant.
See,
and
that's the thing. Please understand, people. Power is a means to an end. It's not an end in of itself. So she has the power to make him miserable, to humiliate him. And she exercised that power. Each and every single woman I fucked, I wish I was fucking somebody else. So, but I don't say that out of respect. And I don't get a kick out of doing that.
Exactly.
Yeah, let alone doing it in front of everybody. That was wild. That was wild.
Exactly.
And like hold on, I'm gonna play a little bit more. I'm gonna play a little bit more of it because I don't want to lose this point. Real, hold on. Where was we at? Nope, not there. That's not it. That's it. Okay. Hold on.
He wasn't my type at all. And my type is not white. I'm just saying I was more interested in
touch me.
Paul and every Fast and Furious.
Don't touch me.
All right, before we deal with the don't touch me. Before we deal with that, I with the part of this that I just can't get past, that she's not saying there was a particular type of person that she's like. She's actually naming an individual. Yeah. Like that was his friend. His friend who died. Like that it's a deliberate nature in that. Like I mean, when it comes to disrespect, a lot of times they just hand out disrespect in just one big broad brush, like throwing a boulder at somebody. But no, that was like very precise, precision, sniper rifle disrespect. It's like that part I just can't. We've seen lots of disrespect. That's a reoccurring thing where rich celebrity men get disrespected publicly by their girlfriend.
Exactly, because that's their way to show dominance. Is to show that she wears the pants.
But Game Changer, would you say she's trying to show dominance because she's insecure?
Yeah, that is quite possible. They want to and also they're nagging. That's the attempt to make him feel less than, like, I settled for you, therefore you should be happy to be with me.
Yes.
But she's not that hot, and he's rich. So no, he shouldn't be happy to be with her.
Even
Hey,
if he,
Joe, hold on real quick. Joe Ethereal for the win. I ain't in the singing mood right now, but he's singing. He got some Tyrese lyrics in there. How you gonna act like that?
No, it's true. I was looking at the lyrics right before.
Joe Ethereal for the win. That's too funny. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to stop the show on that one. I had to, but go ahead. Whoever was talking, I cut somebody off. That was too funny. Nobody was talking.
No. That's my point. My point is that they want to make you feel like they settled for you. You know, like what was Paul Walker into you? They want to feel like, you're not my first choice, and I choose you. Take what you can get and be happy that he's rich. She's not that hot. Look at her hair. Everything about she's not that attractive.
even if she was, I like the fact that he's not taking the disrespect. That's why he said, "Don't touch me."
I agree.
And he was already rejecting what she was saying. It's like, hold on, what? Yeah. And instead of turning off the camera, because we would, as audience, they would have assumed, oh yeah, she gonna get, yeah. And so he's like, all right, don't touch me, because that's an emotional reaction, like the way he just literally is like, don't touch me. And then she's continuing to be all over him because she knows she messed up, and so she's trying to redeem herself by all these gestures. So in other words, she's manipulating him. She's trying to manipulate the situation.
I'm not even so convinced that she knows. I'm not even
she
so
knows
convinced.
what
she knows what she did.
She knows what she did, but she didn't want to get caught. She thought that if she did it in a laughy, jokey way,
playfully,
that he would accept it, because she wanted to get him to accept it. You see, it's a shit test, Bernard. It's a public shit test, is what it is,
and it's the worst.
But Tyrese is
disrespecting him.
Tyrese is a real man. Why would she think that would ever fly? And then she doesn't even have wisdom. Why is she gonna throw up his dead friend who she can never get because he's dead?
And it has been for like 9 years.
No, 10 years. 10 something
years.
Like, well, it's 2013, which means if she's 25, she was 15 when, like, I mean, come on, like it's just a weird, like,
and into like a 40-year-old man. No, she's making that up just to piss. Yeah, she's doing
exactly. That. That's why I said it was sniper rifle level of disrespect. The precision. The surgical, that was surgical disrespect. Like you can just see it in his face, like he was just processing, like you what? My dead friend, like what? 10 years, who died 10 years ago, like what? It's like he was trying to he couldn't even formulate thoughts when that shit happened, when she did that. That was wild. But all right. Let's roll a bit more of it. Yeah.
And
wait, hold on. We got to deal with the
don't
in
touch me.
Paul and every Fast and Furious.
Don't touch me.
And even when I met him, I was like,
don't
he's kind of old. I just like his smile. It's pretty cool.
This one
his
really
personality.
bad.
His personality.
He's sitting there saying this one really bad. He said that like under his breath to himself, like he having a talk with himself right now.
This just went really bad, really fast.
His personality was okay, but
I'm getting off live.
He didn't understand the Instagram model.
That's even
Models,
the ultimate disrespect.
It's not.
She just called herself Instagram model.
Yeah. She's an Instagram.
She called herself an Instagram model.
She sure did.
Well, that's not okay.
She exposed herself.
Okay, listen to me good. If you don't have a product that you are modeling, then you are not a model. If you are just on there showing yourself, that's not a model. That does not make you make. You need a product. You need to say, I am modeling this teacup or some crap like that. Nope, you're just a naked bitch. That is not a model.
She is the product that she's modeling. That's
correct. Exactly.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
And then on top of that,
if you don't have an Old English 800 bottle and Old English ain't paying you, then you're not a model.
True. If you're not in
Vogue,
you're not a model.
I would get like a bottle. Never mind. I ain't about to. They should fake it. They should get like a bottle at 1800 and pretend like they got a contract and then take all those pictures or something.
No, because then 1800 will sue them. They'll be like, I don't have shit to do with this bitch. They will sue them.
Either that, or they may like the free advertisement. You never know. That could go either way. But damn, the covering his mouth, like everything about this is bad. Everything about this is bad.
It's a chronic shit test.
She doesn't like him at all.
She don't respect him.
Exactly.
I don't even
because he doesn't respect him.
I don't even think she likes him. She just knows that he's a celebrity and maybe he can like boost
she's
her.
Doing it for the clout. Yep. And she's doing it for a brand.
And because the thing she's saying is so disrespectful, like she doesn't like him. Let alone respect.
And see, here's the thing, and this is my general take on. Well, no, I'll roll some a little more than I'll say what I'm about to say here.
So he would always talk down.
So you wanted the homie, you didn't want me.
I wanted the homie, and just said he was cuter.
You said I'm old.
You know all this already. I wasn't your type either, so relax.
You didn't know that?
Yeah. So now we're here. It's like
she's vindictive.
Somewhat of a love story, which is crazy because I didn't know that
Yeah, I'm done. No, don't touch me.
Don't put on.
What more?
All right. We ain't about to revisit his breakdown. All right. See, here's the deal. This is the main thing with that. He would rather, sit there and take it. And this speaks to, like, sometimes with some dudes, they be just, I think hood conservatives called it the good nigga tax. When you, like, some dudes will, like, they will try to be a good dude to the point where he'd rather endure that embarrassment and before he have the story be him cussing her out and putting her the fuck out of his house. He would rather endure the embarrassment before he be seen like bitch, get the fuck off me and get out my, because that would have been the story. That would have been the whole story. Him cussing her out.
The extra. He didn't need the extra. He expressed I think he expressed it perfectly. His discontent perfectly. He didn't sit there and nod. He didn't do a red table talk like Will Smith.
True.
No, he handled it well. It's like, listen, I don't tolerate this type of behavior. He made it clear to the audience that he does not tolerate this type of behavior while staying composed.
True.
And he ended it.
He still sat there in it though. That part can't be denied. Just
because he was sitting there, that doesn't mean
his attempted don't touch me was like thwarted by her, like, going out her way, like, no, I'm going to touch you. I'm going to put my hands over your mouth so you can't talk. Like, she won that exchange, that little power struggle.
And that's what I was going to say. Okay. She said, you told me I wasn't your type. So she plotted and waited for this opportunity. And then when it came on, bullets flying out of her mouth, that's why she was smiling at the end, because she got what she wanted. She was like, you said I'm not your type. And then on air, she airs all this stuff like, you're not my type, and I wanted your friend. She probably don't want that dead white guy, but she was doing all this to hurt him because he said behind closed doors that she wasn't his type.
Well, the thing is that I do think that she wanted revenge, but no woman is ever a man's type because it's only one of them. So so that by itself is never going to be good enough, and she should accept that. But no, she was being strategic, and she was just backpedaling. She would have did that anyway, whether he said that or not.
Yes, that's true. And
I doubt that he even said that. Who starts with that? Who was like, "Hey, we're not each other type. Let's fuck." Like, who does that?
That's true. No one does that.
Yeah. And also I have to say, like, how fast he did it. Actually, I commend him for actually sitting instead of actually emotionally reacting, in my opinion, of course. But his emotions could not hide what he was actually thinking. And so she continued talking, trying to cover up what she just said. But at the end of the day, that was an ego. She was jabbing his ego, and she succeeded, unfortunately. And so for him, he got to figure out, like, I don't know. He's the one who chose her. So the question is, why? Why would you choose a woman who publicly, okay? He's a public figure. And so she should be behind, and she should be playing the supporting role, not trying to be the main role, but she's trying to be the main role. So I don't know.
No, she did that after he chose.
But he chose her.
You know, he didn't know that she was going to do this when he chose her. Now he should unchoose her. He should unchoose her. You know.
How you gonna act like that? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what you do. It's just
like, how you gonna do that?
He got public
okay. This is
and
how
Brenda, your plantation wireless kind of getting choppy again.
Well, this is how he unchooses her, Brenda. He basically tells her, "Let's go on a camping trip," and then he leaves her in the woods like a dog. Like that's what you do.
White men are good for that with their married wives, and the wife wants a divorce. They're like, "We're going fishing," and only one returns.
Well, she can return, but she's walking home. No, I'm not saying like I'm not saying like, you know, she come up missing. No, I say you go camping, and then you know you throw out a sleeping bag and you drive off. Like and that is how you, because you know how when you want to get rid of a dog, but they keep finding their way back to your house.
Yes.
So so you just take them to the woods, and you take her to the woods. Take her to the woods, drop her off with a tent and a picture of Paul Walker, and then say and a sign that says "fuck you, bitch," and then drive off. That's what you do.
Game changer. Maybe too many people have done that, and that's why she's like power tripping now and has been treated like a lady.
Okay.
Tiger was the real MVP. He faked like he was sending her on a nice exclusive vacation. When he got rid of that chick, you know, she sent her on a vacation by herself, had the drivers take her to the airport and everything. And, you know, they showed up and basically, and it had his people, the lawyers, everybody met her at the airport saying, "You're done. Did we changing the locks? All your shit will be mailed and delivered to you, and bye." Like that's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how you get it done without a hitch. That's how you get it done without a hitch. Shout out to Jackie Jack with
he actually did it right. I'm not even gonna lie.
$2 super chat. He said this girl has been giving him trouble for a while. See, that I didn't know. I didn't know nothing about.
These last $2. I'm not gonna lose.
I didn't know that they had anything else going on. Is it? I don't even know if it's another one. I haven't started anything. So if it's the one that I missed, Aaron, put it up. Otherwise, we about to pull up the Jonathan Majors win, and then we're gonna get into the discussion about black women versus white women today. In which one is bringing the most harm? Which one is getting us killed the most nowadays? All right. Anyway.
Telling ABC News, the 33-year-old actor called 911 Saturday morning to report his concern about his girlfriend.
So he called the police on himself? So there are new details hitting the wire.
I'm going to skip some of this because it's the part where it get right to the breakdown. That's the only part I want to see. I don't care to see this dude commentary. But it was a part that just really breaks down the details. Hold on, let me skip a little bit.
To report his concern about his.
If you don't know what happened, let's start at the beginning.
Police sources telling ABC News the 33-year-old actor called 911 Saturday morning to report his concern about his girlfriend. But when officers arrived to their apartment in Manhattan, Major's girlfriend said he physically attacked her in the cab ride home. In a criminal complaint, the 30-year-old woman alleged Major struck her in the face, quote, with an open hand, causing substantial pain and a laceration behind her ear, and that he, quote, put his hand on her neck, causing bruising. Majors was arrested on misdemeanor assault and harassment charges before being released.
All right, so let's look at the charges. This is the unified court system here in New York, where if you are arrested, they will put your information up here. You know, I like to go to the source, even though the media is great, you know, great media, but I'd rather just go to the source. And this is the source of the information. So here you see at the top, Jonathan Majors, defendant, and here is the case number, New York Criminal Court, and he is the defendant. defendant, born in 1989. Oh, pretty young. So the incident occurred March 25th, and he was arrested at 11:49, looks like a.m. on March 25th by the NYPD. Here's his attorney's information, and here's the DA's information, and they're at Criminal Court Part D. He's supposed to be back in court on May 8th, 2023 at 9 a.m. So here is his current court appearances. So he was arrested and he was arraigned, and now he has to show up on 5/8/2023 for his next appearance. Let's look at the charges. So he's been charged with 5 counts. All right, let's look at them.
And this is not quite the exact video. I think I'm fucking up. It was a video that was breaking down how he was the one that made the call and everything, but then he got arrested for the call that he made. But anyway, let's just go.
Class A misdemeanor, 1 count, the arrest charge at arraignment. So it's recklessly causing physical injury. That's because of the alleged slaps or whatever. The next one is the violation. Now, violation is not a crime in New York. You usually get a fine for that. It's like a parking ticket, essentially. And it is harassment in the second degree with a physical contact. That's, let's say, if you're in a fight or if you have an altercation with someone and you hit them, but you don't actually cause any physical injuries. This is the charge they give you in New York. The next one is misdemeanor, Class A misdemeanor. 1 count. This is his top charge, and this is assault with intent to cause physical injury. That's pretty self-explanatory. Then they hit him with aggravated harassment, injured a family member. So this is the domestic violence charge where you beat up your kids or your wife or something like that. This is the domestic violence. So it's aggravated harassment, which is another Class A misdemeanor. And then he has a Class B misdemeanor, which is another arrest charge, which is attempted assault with intent to cause physical injury. So this is in case if, so you can say you have the completed crimes where they're saying he actually assaulted his girlfriend. And then you have, even if you can make the case that he did actually complete the assault, attempting to assault someone is also a crime. Now, yes, I just went through all the crimes that he's being charged with, but now your next question is, what's the difference? What's the difference between a Class A misdemeanor, a Class B misdemeanor, and a violation? Well, violations are not crimes. If you're convicted of a violation, you actually don't have a criminal record in New York. And violations, you can spend up to 15. Now, the Class B misdemeanor can go in jail. So Class A misdemeanor,
but of course he has the
happens because unfortunately because there are also fines involved and you can get probation and other things like that. But generally, you don't want A misdemeanors because that's right below a felony. B misdemeanors, you don't want that either.
All right, I completely messed up because I didn't even find this ain't the video that I meant to play. This ain't the video that I meant to play. This was one just laying out everything he was accused of. The controversy in it was that he called the police. Then they arrested him over some shit that she said after he called the police. Then she recanted everything. And then it was kind of out there that it was looking like some bullshit. This ain't the right video that I wanted to play. Arm in the back. If you can find me a different video on the fly, that would be cool. That would be cool because I can't even look for the one that I was looking for right now. I can't even look for the one that I was looking for right now. So I botched it on that, but that video just laid out more or less what he's been accused of and all what was recanted in the whole works and the whole nine and whole everything. So my bad on that. I botched it. I fucked up. But because I didn't get the exact video that made the points that I wanted to make. So we're gonna transition. I hate that word nowadays, transition. Well, we're gonna transition past that. We're gonna transition past that and get into the main topic of discussion. The main topic of discussion today, when in this modern time with black men dealing with white women. You already know the deal. As I laid out earlier in the pre-intro ramble, the whole thing has been stated that black men are in trouble and in danger and blah, blah, blah. Don't make messing with them white women. They call the police on you. Anything happen, they're going to be automatically be guilty. Going to be, don't do it. Don't trust them. Don't trust them. Emmett Till, Tulsa, they're going to bring up everything. Don't, that's the argument nowadays. Then juxtapose that with what we see black men currently going through with black women. So the question on the table nowadays, currently in today's time, which one is causing more harm to black men? Is it being with a white woman, or have we transitioned this thing? There goes that word I don't like again. Have we transitioned this thing to a place where now black women are bigger harm, bigger threat. A black man's safety is more in jeopardy dealing with a black woman versus a white woman. Thoughts of the panel, which I got.
Who would you like to go first?
Who wants to go first?
Well, I'll go first. No so from a mathematical standpoint, it's difficult to determine which one is more dangerous, because you have to take into account that black men are, disproportionately with black women more than white women. So even if it shows that there are more incidents of, of things like this with black women than white women, that's because we're with them more. So the numbers is kind of hard to crunch on that, especially without knowing the details. I will say this, that the time, okay, so there's one clear conclusion that black men really have to come to, and as well as black women. In fact, more importantly, black women. Black women need to understand that the only thing that will keep black penis out of white vagina is better black vagina. That's it. The only thing that would keep a black man's penis out of a white woman's vagina is a better black woman's vagina. That's it. So once you've reached that conclusion, you can stop with the scare tactics. You could stop with the Emmett Till. Emmett Till would be 104 if he was alive. You could stop with stuff like that. That's not going to fly anymore. We don't care. All of you are evil. All of you are capable of create. And when I say all of you, I'm talking about all races of women are capable of great harm. We run a risk of something strange happening each and every single time we grab a titty. Therefore, we will run that risk only for the best now. It doesn't matter the race.
All right. I was watching Okay, no, I'm sorry. I was researching. I was looking at a video in the back. All right, which I got in response to. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, you got it. Because I was doing some show related administrative shit.
Yeah, I'll probably say Game Changer. Okay, perfect.
God damn.
I'll probably say Game Changer is right, just because a downfall of men is normally women. But what type of women? Whenever it comes to a black man, I don't think it's really hard to tell, but it depends on what type of women you're dealing with. And so if you're used to dealing with black women, you're more likely, we would assume that your downfall will be because of a black woman. But if you're used to dealing with other, racial ambiguous women, it'll be that too. But I think it comes down to a spirit. What type of woman? Have you ever heard of a Jezebel spirit? It's just basically she is just evil and she's all about herself. And she will do everything and will destroy a man, point blank, period. And she doesn't care. And she will, like, both of them, they definitely have the Jezebel spirit, because they're willing to they were going to just use whatever they have to say, whether it's emotional, they abused me, whatnot. Boom, it's done for men. But at the same time, it sounds to me like he was trying to save himself. Jonathan Majors, he was trying to use the system to see actually save.
All right, you're breaking up.
But it actually ended.
You're breaking up.
Backfiring.
You're breaking up.
So now it's like, all right, now we have a new problem. With Tyrese.
All right, Brenda. Drop down and come back, and just drop completely down and retake the link again, and we'll see what happens. Because you breaking up. You're breaking up bad. All right, Qua, what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on the title question? Who causes black men more harm in these relationships in modern times today? Is it the black woman or the evil white woman?
I was told white women are great until it's time to break up, and then that's when they want to press charges or holler rape and things like that.
when it's time to break up, they holler.
Like if the man goes a separate way, like this isn't working, I think we should call it quits. That's when they want to like get like the law involved.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, no. What I say to that, and I said this on that one on the whole Tiger Woods thing, that white women are more likely to do the work up front to be in better position to screw you over on the back end. On the back end with they gonna get you to sign those legally binding documents. They gonna he said, wow, that was racist. they gonna get you to sign those legally binding documents to get you in a position to be really screwed over. Black women are more likely to be clowning and showing out on the front end, more likely to be clowning and showing out on the front end, to where they don't get all the way in position to screw you over. But during that time where they clowning on the front end, yeah, you're gonna catch some bricks through the window, possibly slash tires, which to some degree is nothing in the grand scheme of how you could get screwed over on the back end. But and it's probably, it could be some data out there. There's no way to quantify this, but that shit where that calling the police for no damn reason.
Black women do that, which is
that's the thing that I think they do more.
Okay, I agree. And game change. Would you say that's power? Like for power dynamics in a relationship, to leverage power, they're doing something childish as calling the police, which can cost a guy his job if he's getting arrested, and if he has a potential job where he cannot have that type of background. It could cause him to lose everything. But Black women are more prone, because like you say, they act up. I'm Black, so I shouldn't say they. We act out up front. Whereas white women are going to be submissive. They're going to be your dream girl because they want them contracts signed so that they're getting alimony for life or spousal support for life.
That actually... that thinking, and I don't know what the numbers are on it, but that thinking is why Black women is more likely to do it, in my opinion. And that's simply because there's very little generational wealth amongst Black people, which means that we're not used to being wealthy, which also means that we are more comfortable being unwealthy.
That part.
So that combined with, like, white women are less likely to interfere with the bag for, an emotional state, because she grew up with a certain style of living and she wants to continue that, and him going to jail right before he gets that big promotion ain't gonna help with that. So, they're far less likely to take it to that level and mess with the bag. However, Black women, not only are they more comfortable poor, they feel that poverty unites them. Like he is with her because he's poor, not because he actually likes her. Black women are more prone to be in 50-50 relationships, or even relationships where she is the breadwinner. And now typically what happens, because women make more money when they're younger, and men tend to make more money as they grow into their skill set. So, for example, she's a waitress getting tips and he's washing dishes in the same restaurant at 19 years old. Now that changes if he becomes a truck driver or a plumber or something like that, and she's still a waitress getting less tips because she's older. But, nevertheless, that's how the dynamic works. Quite frankly, and this is what I notice, a lot of Black women are intimidated by a Black man's increase in income.
They shouldn't be, but I understand your logic.
Yeah. No, they shouldn't be. Well, actually, many should. Many should. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I'm sorry, and this is quite unfortunate, but men do get money and then upgrade. We do. And that's not just
intimidated that she's going to be upgraded, or she's intimidated because she used to being poor and wants to, like, I guess, keep her comfort going by self-sabotaging.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of both. Men, and we shouldn't. And I'm not saying that it happens all the time, but it does happen sometime. The girl that you date as a medical student is not always going to be the woman that you marry as a doctor. That's That's the thing. You move into a different category of desirability. Sad but true. Women who get lipo do the same crap. But
I've seen 2 women go to medical school and divorce. Well, one, okay, it's funny because the Black lady, she divorced her husband, let him be a dog, let him cheat, but as soon as she got the MD behind her name, she divorced him. I was going to school, and the secretary, he was letting his wife go to medical school, and when she graduated, he went to school he went to deal with trust funds, and they stayed together. Then it was another, I want to say they were a Black couple. The lady went to medical school and divorced the Black guy once she got her degree, her MD.
Yeah, they do that. They do it for different reasons because in the situations that you're describing, it's typically the guy that's funding her education, and if he's not directly funding her education, he's at least funding her expenses while she becomes educated. He thinks that he's getting a stay-at-home wife or mother, but really he's getting a student that's just waiting to graduate and get her own bag so she can live her own life.
Which is sad.
So I think I think in that situation, I think he's not getting a stay-at-home wife. He's just thinking that she's going to graduate, get the job, and stay with him.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Well,
yeah.
It was her staying home wasn't baked into the cake. It just what y'all talking about, even on Kevin Samuels' show, it was chicks that I don't know what she was, a damn CNA, and her husband was just a blue collar laborer, probably made 45, 50K or whatever. Then she, gradually bit by bit got her nursing degree. Then once she became a nurse and she started making 85, 90,000, in her mind, he wasn't on her level no more. And so basically she left him on that. That happens. That happens more than what we say. The whole thing is when he get on, he gonna leave. He gonna leave for a white girl. He gonna leave when he get on. But no, women work that hustle more than what we think. That going to school while they got a man hustle. The reason they able to go to school because he busting his ass. He working hard. Yep. He paying the bills and he helping her out. So she don't have those major life responsibilities of taking care of herself. Then once she get to that point, yeah, some of them will dip out or just look at him different after the fact. That happens way more than we think.
It's true. It's true.
But I can say nothing good comes from a person being manipulative. If someone got your back while you're going to school and you're thinking, I'm going to level up once I get mine, they may think they're leveling up by going after another high bag man, but the values and what's in their heart, they're not going far.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of Black women are taught, unfortunately, that there's value in independence. Remember earlier what I was saying about the social hierarchy?
Yeah.
Single independent women are, considered better than married women who are dependent on their husbands. Unfortunate, but true. So she does move into a different status if she becomes a divorced, single, independent woman. And even though that independence was dependent on him supporting her through college, but you don't say that on your resume.
I need somebody to get to where I am. That's cool.
Exactly. But when you tell people, when you stand in front of the city council woman election board, you say, yes, I did it by myself. So it's sad that, and Bernard is right, it does happen quite often.
It does.
It does. I remember there was a movie with Beyonce and Idris Elba and some deranged white woman that was attracted to Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it called?
Or attraction or obsession, I think.
Obsession. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that probably was it.
Yeah, obsession. So, she had the high value man and, she was a secretary when they met and they had a kid and everything. And, he wanted her to be a stay-at-home wife. She was like, no. I had this kid. Now it's time for me to go back to school. Like, wait, what? Like, don't you want to be no, I want to be a student and graduate and get my own bag, even though you have plenty of money for both of us. Like, that's an accident waiting to happen. Now, what's interesting is the women are more concerned that he'll get on and leave. And it's Black women more so than white women or excuse me, more so than black men. Black men don't really see that coming for whatever reason. Black women say, you know something, I got a feeling that once he finishes medical school, he's going to leave me. Like they get that feeling, so you know they steal his notes, his cliff notes or whatever. You know, they steal his stethoscope. Like when he has an exam coming up, they sabotage.
I would say black men don't see it coming because it's not publicized in the media. So they're like, you know, like some people are conditioned, and maybe even I would go as far as say it's brainwashed because what's publicized in the media, they make it mainstream, but that's not mainstream. A female getting on her feet and leaving a guy.
True. I mean, and also the cautionary tales that women tell each other, you know, like if one guy do it, you know, they, you know, like, oh, do you know what he did? You know, he graduated law school and then he got that good job and he left her, you know, like they say that, but men, they don't tell their boys like, hey, I got a feeling she was just using me for, you know, funding her education. We don't echo that sentiment.
That is so true. I even have like a quick story to tell while we wait to see if like Brenda's gonna come back. I went to a my neighbor I'm in Miami. This is like 2013, 2014. I'm in Miami. My neighbor has a birthday party. And she's like, do you want to come out celebrate my birthday? We get there and our mutual friend Star is there. Star, my neighbor. It's not uncommon for people to strip. Strip clubs are part of the culture. I have been to one and seen a pastor and a farmer there. Like
Wait, what culture is this?
Miami.
Strip club culture in Miami.
Okay, now, pastors go to the strip club in Miami.
They don't go to sit down and look at the audience. They
go like, to preach the gospel. No, to save souls.
At Tootsie's, they have a section where you can just order food, and it's like a metal bar. If you look way into the club, you see what's going on. But because certain foods you can only get at the strip club. Like if you want to.
Holy crap! Wait, right quick. What food?
Like if you want a good chicken Alfredo, it's like certain things are known.
It's certain things that you can. It's certain things you can only eat at the strip
your
club.
Chicken Alfredo, that is not a head hair. That's horrible. That is horrible.
It's not horrible.
No, if a hair is not a head hair, if it's in your food at a strip club.
It's not no hair in the food. Like these chefs are trying to be like known. Like it's the culture.
There's open vaginas around.
No, it's not. No, it's not like that. The sanitation, we are in America. You know, overseas they may have where they don't have like a code of conduct for how you got to be sanitized, but it's go to Miami. But basically what I'm saying, it was like this girl that we knew, I'll just get straight to the point. She had robbed a dude and she's telling, like she's bragging, like, hey, I robbed him, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, Star, I'm kind of worried that we're going to be bust over the head or caught off guard, or he may get a female cousin to jump us because you did it. She said, no. Guys are not going to discuss their defeat amongst other men. She was like, so basically I got away. And I was like, oh, well, I didn't know. And so I can see what you're saying, Game Changer. Guys don't, amongst you guys selves, y'all don't say how y'all been played or how you've been hurt. Whereas women will share with each other cautionary tales.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, even in this male space online, when a guy tells a bad story, even though he telling the story of how he used to mess up and how it used to be, and how and giving them the information so they know to avoid it. You know, everybody listen to him and everything will be cool at first, but let some time go by and let somebody who don't like him decide that they want to smear that. Put it like it will get thrown back in his face. Put it like that. It will. I mean, maybe that's an online thing. Maybe that's an online thing. No. But displaying those weaknesses, it can get used against you around the wrong type of men. You know, there's certain men that we could talk to and then, you know, yeah, we just bonded or whatever, but then, you know, some of them, they gonna hold it against you. It's like it's some that is some bullshit. That is some bullshit. So yeah, a lot of dudes like yeah. So yeah. Key, we ain't got to name names, but yeah. That was a bad story, but we can go there. We ain't gonna go there, but but no, it can get used against you. It can get used against you. But Brenda, are you back, or are you just like you frozen?
Okay, let's see. If I if it starts acting like plantation, Wi-Fi,
Wireless.
yeah,
Plantation wireless.
I would just call it off. But I should be fine now.
Brenda, I have a question.
Yes.
We were just talking. Did you have a boyfriend in college?
Uh-oh. Where are we going?
Yes, on the first semester, and then he decided that, well, because we went to different universities, he decided to just ghost me. And whenever we came back home, he decided not to talk to me, and only talk to his homeboy.
Okay,
and all of a sudden,
we were talking about women who use guys to pay for, who use guys to pay their expenses while they're in college and then leave once they graduate and get into their career. We were talking about that, but that's not your case. And it's not your case because you were fat, right?
Yes. Basically because I was fat.
You didn't really have the tools to do that.
Mm-hmm. And so I just focused, because I wasn't attractive, I just focused mainly on academia and being in organizations, executive boards. So I was in like 9 different executive organizations and doing a STEM degree within 3 years. And so I was just highly involved in my reality instead of doing dating, because I didn't know how to do it. But I was supposed to have
in that moment had somebody asked you why you ain't got a boyfriend or whatever the hell, you would have just said back then, oh, I'm just focused on my education? You wouldn't have just said, I can't get one.
No, I don't think I would have straight up said that, because I couldn't. I mean, I tried. I mean, I did have a male friend who I later on, well, thanks to my the female friends who I had, they were like, oh no, he asked you out, and did he pay for the lunch? I was like, yeah. Oh no, that was a date. So I was not very socially aware, I guess you can say, and so I didn't know how to date or when a guy actually likes me or anything like that, and that was mainly a lone wolf, I guess you can say. So
we don't believe y'all when y'all pretend to be not socially aware of stuff.
No, I'm not. Like, you can ask even.
Country, and she was very studious. I believe her. I know her type.
You said she came from a different country. I forgot what country you came from.
From Kenya.
From Kenya.
Yes.
Okay.
And so from
how old were you when you came over here?
9 years old. And so I still had an accent, especially in college. And so I just worked really hard to become more American so that I can get rid of it, so I can intermingle, but it still comes in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Quad, did you have a established boyfriend?
I did. I did have an established boyfriend. When things got really well and we were seen at parties together and whatnot, and when things got really well and we were seen as a couple, someone lied on me. I said that they were sexual with me, and he's Nigerian, so they can be very like, my boyfriend at the time was Nigerian, and they can be very like, they don't play that. And this guy, when he confronted me, and I don't know, tried to come under me, and I was like, no, I'm not in that. I'm dating Ali. His friend was present, like Ali's friend. That was my boyfriend at the time. His friend was present, named Chris. So Ali is like, I'm through with you. I can't believe, you cheated on me. And I'm like, go ask your friend Chris, who was present at the time. And then I go on and graduate. I go on with my life, and then I come back here like a year later, and he's like, want to go to cookouts and stuff with our friends. And I'm like, what's going on? He's like, I talked to Chris. But I was hesitant to rekindle the relationship, because I'm like, if he's so quick to take someone's advice, they were with me, how can we build? And so I just moved on.
Was that y'all following that story right? Because I got kind of lost in it. You saying that?
Okay, so I'll be straight to the point.
It was a lot of characters names, so it was hard to follow. Because
yeah.
Because you said a boyfriend that's Nigerian, then you'll say he, but we don't know he who spoke to your boyfriend. Okay. Or so we kind of got, but I kind of got the gist of it. somebody.
Long story short, somebody was hitting on you, but then it was told somebody told your boyfriend that you were with it, that you messed with the guy that was hitting on you.
The guy who hit on me told my boyfriend that he slept with me, and my boyfriend believed him.
Oh, so that's like
me because of it, and we went our separate ways. And I was saying, this guy who hit on me, he didn't hit on me in private. He hit on me in the presence of my boyfriend's friend. So I'm like, go ask this guy who was present when this guy was trying to come on to me what happened. And a year after we broke up, he did go to that guy and say, the guy friend that was present with this guy who's hitting on me, and say, hey, what really happened? And this guy, Chris, was like, hey, Kwamina didn't like do anything with him. She said blah blah. She said she was in a relationship, and it, nothing came of it. But my boyfriend believed him at the time.
And real quick, RM, you can drop Qua's link, but as long as that ladies come first in there, don't put support Black media. We don't approve that messaging, but just make the link available if somebody want to go over there. Don't.
Thank you for saying for them to subscribe.
Don't suggest that we support a ladies come first channel.
Why you don't want to support? I don't want to support that channel.
Have either of you ever had a sugar daddy, even in a temporary sense? Now,
my thing is,
hold on, let her answer.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
It's like I don't get turned on from casual sex. I don't get turned on if I'm not. I commend the women that can do that. I don't have
a sugar daddy.
Like a sugar daddy.
He didn't say nothing about you being turned on. He said a sugar daddy. That's different than being turned on. You got. When a sugar daddy got to turn you on. That ain't never been the deal.
But I'm not into casual sex. The people who have sugar daddies, they don't mind casual sex. They don't mind. And now that's a baddie to me. I'm like, that's a bad broad. She doesn't care. She got the wherewithal to flirt with someone that she don't care if it go anywhere or she don't want it to go anywhere. So no, I'm not into the sugar daddy. Never had one.
Yeah, my grandpa told me not to ever have a sugar daddy, to just pay for school. So I never really wanted to disrespect him. So
what would y'all say is the difference between a sugar daddy and a supportive, well-to-do husband?
Ooh, the difference.
You should have said boyfriend. No, saying husband, that's gonna give him an out. Supportive, well-to-do. A supportive, well-to-do boyfriend.
Okay, so let's say a supportive, well-to-do boyfriend. He is supporting you. You don't mind traveling with him. Y'all have a connection. You're hoping that it goes into marriage, but let's say right now it's just a relationship. This sugar daddy, you don't want nothing to do with. You just want access to his pockets. The flirting and all of that stuff is just make believe because you're trying to get into his head and get into his pockets. It's a complete difference. One is an emotional attachment. One is maybe the belief and hope that it turns into marriage. And the other thing is strictly a hustle or gangs, a means to an end to get by using somebody.
So the only difference is how the woman feels about the man, according to what you just said.
I want to.
Whoa! Did y'all see how many times? Y'all see how many times her eyes fluttered when Game Changer said that? She started malfunctioning.
I wanted to think about
you was like,
I want to. Okay,
you hot wired.
I want to think. Okay.
You hot wired when he said that.
I want to think because it may be true. Let's see the emotional attachment. If there was no emotions with the boyfriend, it would be used and abused just as with the sugar daddy. So you're right. It's the emotional attachment. It's the
that the woman has for the man, not that the man has for the woman, right?
That the woman has
to man.
So would you say that a man doesn't know if he is a sugar daddy or a supportive financially boyfriend?
That's true. That is true, Game Changer. And that's where people get hurt because the people who are into using someone, they want this person to think that it's a relationship or that it's going somewhere or that this person the lady wants the guy to think she genuinely cares for him.
Okay, so with this knowledge, should men be supportive financially boyfriends? Should men be financially supportive boyfriends?
Yes, because you can ask questions of this person to see where their heart is at, where their intentions are. You can have them meet family members, friends that can read this person. I suggest that for both men and women. What was that, Brenda?
Vetting. Yeah.
Before
you actually settle and say, oh, this is my boyfriend, this is my girlfriend. Because I think no, Kwai is definitely right. It's more of the emotional attachment from woman to man, because with sugar daddies is more of tricking. And actually some guys like just spending money on women, and those are the ones we call simp, because they're not really, they only they're only spoiling the woman with money. And so that it's a business transaction. I just see it as a transaction. So it's tricking. But I know they say it isn't tricking if you got it. However, whenever it comes to relationship, now it's more of it's confusing, especially now in this society momentarily. And so I'll probably say whenever it comes to boyfriend and girlfriend, everybody, they both have to hold their own end of what they commit to. So for example, if it's, oh, we're going to move in together, say whatever rent you're, if their names are on the lease or whatever they're committing to, they have to uphold that. So they're two independent people, and they're coming together to become interdependent, not dependent, because that's when a power starts, power dynamic starts shifting. And so it just depends on
Now,
what type of arrangement it
I don't
is.
really have a problem with tricking, as long as it's clear,
Right.
what you're doing
Upfront.
to the guy. Like, this is how we're going to go. I am a sophomore. Once I graduate, I'm going to leave your ass. That gives you 3 years.
To prep.
Yeah, exactly. And a guy says, "Okay, well, I pay my secretary $60K, and she don't suck my dick, so why not give that to you?" So it does. I can understand why an extraordinarily well-to-do guy, because I don't have $60K to give somebody for that. I can understand why an extraordinarily wealthy dude would accept that, but as long as both parties, it's a consenting adult thing. But you have to keep your end of the bargain. And if a woman is like Brenda and she graduates early, I don't care. You still got to suck it for an extra year, like, because that was the agreement. That was the
From
agreement.
the beginning.
Yeah.
You guys, I hate the word simp. Imagine if this guy took this individual lady around a trusted person, someone he knows has his back, whether it's an aunt or his mother. He wouldn't be feeling like he was used. He would know where this lady stands, and he can, like, they can go their separate ways before he's too invested in her.
Well, some people can put up a really great act throughout the years, and actually never drop their facade.
True.
But you have to vet them for years, even if you think you know them. Remember, everybody has different sides to them, and it'll only come out during the right situation. And so and some people are really great at remembering their story, whatever story they're telling, and they will keep that facade for like years, and until they graduate college, graduate with a medical degree, and then they go off with somebody else.
You don't see a slight contradiction in saying that you don't like a sugar daddy, but you like a simp?
I don't want
They're the same.
Daddy. And like Game Changer was saying, if with the sugar daddy transaction or this guy transaction, they're up front saying, "Hey, this is a sexual transaction. I'm giving you this money." That's them. Me, I don't care for a sugar daddy, and for a simp, it just seems like that's a nice guy
who is willing to drop money anytime, whenever the woman is asking, even if she hasn't earned it.
Now that's not cool, because he's setting himself to be used.
But without knowing, though, because the woman
has the standard that, hey, I'm not just gonna pay for house repairs and books and stuff, and this person hasn't earned. I don't know this person well enough.
Uh-oh.
Sorry about that.
No, you were saying you don't know this person, and then that's when you went.
Okay, someone had called the phone, so I apologize about that. So with the simp guy and how Brenda is explaining it, thank you, because I don't know these terminology. Okay, so with the simp, if he's like shoving out money for home repair, shoving out paying college tuition, and he doesn't have the standard where, like, I'm not paying that type of money until I know this girl, I know her background, I done met her kids, I done met her family. Hey, I need support in this area. I need someone to watch for them, whatever that man needs to feel manly. If he had tested this lady in those areas, to be like, okay, she got my back, I can let my guard down. Okay, I feel comfortable paying paying this, but he's just throwing money out there. He's really setting himself up to be hurt and used.
Well, not if he knows what he's throwing it out there for. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to be a sugar daddy, then have the arrangement with the girl, make it clear, and right down to the detail, like condomless head. It don't count if there's condom on it. Like, so right down to the detail, you have that agreement, and then nobody feels used.
And you said it would be an agreement between two consenting adults about, hey, exactly. This is what's going on. I pay you for this, and you provide these services. I don't believe in it, but hey, I think that is healthy for two adults to come together and agree to that type of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, I would say probably in modern day society now, what rules of engagement, in my opinion, whenever it comes to relationship, it definitely has to be sometimes even written up front, so that you don't hurt each other, you don't deceive each other, because that's where if you think about it with marriage, I advocate for prenups and postnups, because before you go in, you got to go see a divorce lawyer so that y'all can figure out what it is. You have to have something to lose as you're entering in, and some of these women who use men very easily, and men don't realize it because they're not wired to see certain things, especially with us women. We're very deceiving, and unfortunately that's how we're made. We have to take it up to God with that. Men have to really help other men to see through women, and that's why I do understand why the red pill came up so fast, because us women, this world is feminized for us. It's very safe for us because believe all women. And so now it's like, oh, dang, if this guy, a tech guy, right, becomes at 18 years old, ends up, creating an app, whatever, ends up earning a lot of millions. If he hasn't learned about women, he's going to definitely be simping very hard, because he got the money, he got the status, but has anybody actually showed him women's nature? And that's where the red pill comes in. It's all about mainly talking about the women's nature, so you can know how to read women a little bit better.
You know something? You brought up something interesting. I didn't really think about this. The tech guys aren't the ones getting played. The nerds aren't the ones getting played. It's the Tyrese Gibsons of the world. It's the
okay.
That?
Huh?
No, it's true.
No, like when you hear about somebody who look like they just came into money and they go out tricking and stuff like that, it's typically not the tech guys. Like, while the tech guys stay in a coffee house with 3-year-old shoes and a Honda Prius, it's the rappers, it's the ball players and stuff that makes it rains on a stripper's ass in Miami, Florida. While eating with the pastor. Like, it's those guys that do that thing. But so I think that nerds, for whatever reason, are less susceptible to that.
Yeah, they are. They're gonna.
I don't know where I'm at with it. When
I think it's because of
when a nerd. Hold on, real quick. When a nerd or a tech guy get into it, like, it don't go viral when they get screwed over. So we don't know if they getting screwed over or not. But we can suspect that they are, especially if they didn't have no experience with women before they got that tech money. Then they probably doing stupid shit too.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Their stupid shit isn't make. Okay, go ahead.
No, making it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, what Brenda was talking about, like, like the nouveau rich, type thinking. You don't really see that much with tech guys. That's what I'm saying. And granted, entertainers are going to be more visual. They're going to be more visible. Excuse me. So I get that too, but I don't know. There may be a there. There may be like a difference between two cultures.
Yeah, and I think y'all might be right that
you were saying it was maybe a looks element to it.
Yeah, because tech guys are more of the background. Like you would never really know their business really, other than somebody saying, "Oh, they just built something and then they blew up to 1 billion cryptocurrency, whatever." But most of the time, whenever they're in relationship, they're surrounded, in my opinion, they're surrounded by so many other wealthy people that they're able, whenever they go to these little, functions, whatever it is, they can bring the woman, and they kind of already help them to start vetting if that's what they're serious about, if that makes sense. But it's behind closed doors. And so whenever it comes to these entertainers, and I understand why, Kevin Samuels was always separating entertainers, professional players, is because they're already in the limelight. And so they're in public figure. So if they mess up, we see it in real time. And so that's where now we're getting screwed.
I'm be honest with y'all, and I can tell y'all because my identity is concealed by a chess piece. So so the nerds don't come after me.
Right.
So in 2010, we did invent an app that detects gold digging bitches. Basically, we just point our phone at your face and it says gold digging bitch. That's why we don't have as many scandals. Now we don't give this to we don't give this to the general public. This is a nerd thing, but yeah, we have it. That's why we
but yet again,
you definitely have me. Real quick, shout out to Bro Carter. He says Bernie putting in that work. Keep it up, Mr. Riley. Definitely going to be doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday is the schedule. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8:00 is the schedule for the night shows. Trying to get it going, get it built up, get it popping. Like the morning show been going ham. We're definitely going to get these ones going like that. Hopefully soon we get it growing, get it going.
These last $2, I'm not gonna lose.
But definitely, thank you. Go ahead. Who did I cut off?
Well, me. But I also want to say that I think that women tend to know because they look for qualities when they look for men with money and when they look to take advantage of that. And it's not enough for a man to just have money. He has to be willing to spend a large portion of his income on the woman he's sleeping with. And tech guys simply aren't,
Right, because
we're very frugal, because we, for one, we're harder to spot. Our income is harder to spot because we don't wear it around our neck, literally.
Correct.
So it's definitely harder to spot, but also women would rather have 50% of a 250 K earner than 1%, or excuse me, than 10% of a $1 million earner. So it's really percent of income spent on women is also the key, and guys in that industry aren't really known to just splurge. We never made a song called "Put It in the Bag."
Okay, right.
I was gonna say that nerds are less likely to get played because they approach the situation with values and principles. Whereas these rappers, people may idolize them, but they're coming from broken homes. They're coming maybe they didn't have an uncle or even a father figure to kind of mold and shape them on just principles and values. When it comes to relationships, interrelationships with them, interrelationship with the intra-relationship with themselves and interrelationships with people. So yeah, they may do something as silly as throwing the whole paycheck up in the club, where the nerd is going to be like, hey, let's go on dates. Let's go to walks in the park where I can actually get to converse with you and see where your head is at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it still falls back on a lot of if you come into money and you don't got the experience and you get that money, it's going to be an increased chance of you getting played, but it's a different type of getting played. And they're not going to do this throw money in a strip club thing. But if they didn't have a lot of experience with women, but now that money is getting them women, they're going to be that guy. Y'all know how we say he's one blowjob away from losing his mind or going or being blue pill or whatever like that. They're walking. They fuck around and they get some regular pussy. They don't know how to act. That chick. I mean, the power gonna be in her hands to either be with him legitimately or completely fuck up his life. Put it like that. that's where I'm at on, on the guy that's new to money and new to women. New to money and new to women. He liable to get played. I put the link in the chat if anybody else want to join this conversation.
Now, let me ask.
Normally don't put the link in the chat on the night shows, but I'm making an exception tonight. Go ahead, GZ.
Now, let me ask this: how far would the chips have to be down before you consider sugar babyism?
I would have to be. Ooh, I like this. Okay, how far would the chips have to be before I compromise my morals?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking. Should I hop? What Bernard, you said I had blue for you the last time. Let's see if I'm homeless. I haven't eaten in a few days.
Now you would have to actually get homeless first. You're saying that you wouldn't do it to pay the rent. You would actually have to get evicted and be homeless.
Yes, because
you lose all your stuff. Lose all your furniture.
It's moral ways that I can generate money to pay my rent. But if I'm homeless and I haven't eaten in a few days, I don't want the family members, they got their own issues going on. Destitute. Maybe I would be looking for a helping hand from a stranger.
Okay. What if before you get homeless, and rent goes up, or interest rate goes up because you had a adjustable mortgage, and things got high, but she was physically attracted to him anyway? Would you consider it then?
If I know, no.
Okay, you actually have to lose your house.
Yes, and I gotta be homeless, and I haven't eaten. It's like pretty bad, and I don't want two people, and they have their issues, and they can't help me out. Yes.
Okay. All right, Brenda.
No, never. I will have to be homeless. I'll figure it out, and so I'm not going to let somebody trick on me because
okay. So let me ask you this: the two of you are homeless, and and somebody comes with a sugar daddy offer. Mm-hmm. Would y'all just stay with each other first?
Okay, so I need details.
Stay with each other where?
Well, I'm pretty sure that they can combine their bummins, and
they're nothing. They can push their grocery carts together.
No, I'm saying no. You get bummins and recycle money. Like, I'm sure.
I would want to be by myself. If I wouldn't be like, Brenda, hey, you on the street too? Hey, girl, how you been? I'll be like.
I gotta remind y'all of the content I did. Why women never hold "will work for food" signs. You never see that. It's the reason why you never see a woman holding a "will work for food" sign. They doing something else for that, but it's a warm bed for them to sleep in. Like, come on, like, so.
Now I will be working.
And
okay,
that's what Game Changer said. When would you like entertain a sugar daddy? I'm homeless, so if he comes up and want to put me in a warm bed.
No, I think what it is that you wouldn't even rationalize it as a sugar daddy situation. It would just be you're staying with this guy. That's what it would be. He probably wouldn't even be a sugar daddy, but it would be a guy that you would stay with basically while you're down and out. You would sleep in his bed and have sex. He'll be your de facto boyfriend until you get on your feet. That's how that'll play out. More than likely.
Okay.
More than likely. It's just so I mean, when you put the name sugar daddy in front of it, then it's like, oh no, I'll never do that sugar daddy thing. But that goes back to what Game Changer was saying when he was asking what's the difference. It does end up from a practical standpoint not being that much of a difference whenever circumstance leads you to be with somebody. It's kind of in that realm no matter what.
It's the intentions that's different. One has feelings and emotions, which you guys are more reserved and y'all don't get into your feelings, and the other one is where I guess a woman is relating to you guys and being transactional and emotionless.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you was telling that story about the, okay, go ahead.
Let me ask Bernard, what's your okay? So, your neighbor is Miss Parker, and she waters the lawn just the same, right?
Okay.
And one day you just find her practicing hoeing, and she says, "Listen, I'm about to be a street prostitute. I don't really know what it is. I really don't want to be on the streets. I need $125 for rent, for a mortgage or whatever, right? Would you partake?
If a nice looking woman just said, "Hey, can we have sex? I'm down on my luck. Can we have sex? $125."
Yeah, for rent.
And this is my neighbor, and I know her. Like,
yeah, this is your neighbor, and you wanted to hit it for quite some time. That's why I say Miss Parker, because you see her and you like, oh damn. Ms.
I mean,
Parker.
see, there's a difference. Like, theoretically, if a neighbor wanted to borrow 125, you probably let them borrow 125 if y'all are friendly with each other. So I mean, so if that whole process came with some pussy as well, yeah, I'm game.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm game. But that look, no, the equivalent for a guy would be a situation where how hard up for some pussy would a guy have to be to where he let some chick who's about to be out there holding that sign come stay in his house? how hard up do he got to be for some pussy before he take a chick in? Now that's when shit gets real for the dude. Mm-hmm. Like, am I really about to risk this for some in-house? Where this chick is down on her luck, she's a problem, she's a liability. If she about to be on the streets, am I seriously about to take in this random? And I live in Michigan. It's cold. It's winter out there in Michigan. This chick, she about to be homeless. She about to be out there. Oh, I could be her savior in exchange and get some regular pussy. That's the question. That will a guy break frame and get that regular pussy? That's the question.
Well, I'll answer that question. So. Y'all remember my first YouTube crush? Her name was Janelle, and she lives in her van. She lived in a van. She got YouTube money now, but she used to.
Janelle?
Huh?
I want to check out your YouTube crush. You said her name is Janelle.
Janelle, and she lives in and she has a albino snake. So that's how you know you got the right girl. And she lived in her van. Mm-hmm. And no, I wouldn't like move her into my guest room. However, I would let her park her van in my driveway and connect my lawn hose to her van, and she has running water and stuff like that. And
aren't you a kind guy?
She a YouTube crush. You would let her stay the weekend. She just don't never have to leave. Yeah, you would work it that way in your mind somehow. You would not put her out.
But no, you said
I'm not putting her out. I'm giving her a place to park the van. She parks the van, or she could even
safely.
I know, but what you're doing is you're rationalizing. Oh, I let her park her van in my garage.
But weren't you just rationalizing it when you was like, how down on my luck do I have to be?
Oh no,
I wasn't saying that I would. I wasn't saying that I would do that. Oh, I got a background coming from somewhere. I wasn't saying that.
No. The reason why I say part of my attraction to Janelle is that she's in a van. I'm be honest.
She has to keep the van, according to
If I moved her in, then she becomes less hot.
Right.
Hey, call me what you want. You're not the first person to call me that. But yeah,
You got albino snake. She in this van, and you're turned on by this.
Hey, the heart wants what it wants. But yes, I would keep her in a van. Yeah.
Well, that's actually really great because you get to give her some safety because you told her to park her van, and then you get also your satisfaction that she's just out there. Exactly. You don't have to see her on the screen. She's just out there.
And she may give you some "you rescued me" pussy.
Exactly.
Like he's setting himself up, okay, for success to just have it happen.
Exactly. I think that would be a good arrangement.
No, Bernard, when you were like, okay, this lady is down on her luck, she's about to be homeless, you was taking it as this person may be a liability. How hard up do I got to be? What was the difference between that and when Game Changer was rationalizing? Do I let this lady come in my house, or do I just keep her in my yard in her van?
No, I was explaining the what would make it to where a guy would have to, have a decision to make if he just haven't had no ass in a while and having a hard time getting some regular ass, and then there's some showed up, but you got to take her in, and like, she got to come live in your house. Some guys will have I'm not okay. But some guys would have a tough decision to make there. Some guys would have a tough decision to make there. I'm not. No, I ain't taking in strays. No. That ain't happening.
The homeless shelter in the next city. Please.
Yeah, exactly. It's a homeless shelter.
Hey, I may
even be a gentleman and give her a ride to the homeless shelter. But I am not
Point
taking
the right
in.
way.
I am not taking in.
If you own your home in California, and maybe Michigan is the same way, and a chick gets mail there, the only way to kick her out is to evict her.
Mm-hmm.
It's called squatters' rights. So it's like that in
right.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know the exact law, but I know it's not just that. It's some wiggle room for some bullshit. I don't know the exact law, but it's some wiggle room for some bullshit. So yeah.
Yeah. So and Bernard, I swear, the moment this chick got mail, my ex, she got real uppity. And I was like, what's going on? And then I called my uncle, who's a cop. He's like, yeah, you got to evict her, and she get 30 days. You got to give her 30-day notice. And I was like, ain't this a bitch? So yeah, that's why I would be careful who I actually move in. You got to be very careful who you move in your house.
Yeah, and I think in Texas it's like 10 days you have to kick somebody out. What is it? It's just everything is, don't bring anybody. Don't bring anybody to your home, because you won't be able to get rid of them, even if it's family members. Sometimes you can't get rid of them. So in Texas, we just put a no trespassing. If they trespass, then you have the right.
Them.
So
you shoot them.
Yep. It's true. It's Texas.
No, Texas is like that. I got family in Texas, and they are strapped. And I rented a car there last Thanksgiving, and when I returned it, dude said, "Are there any guns in the car?" Like, what the fuck? They don't ask that in California. They don't. When the fuck forget a gun in the car? Like that's not something that happens in California. So I was a little taken back when he asked that.
Yeah, the geek surgeon says he had that situation and turned it down. Yeah, some dudes have a hard time turning that shit down. Kevin Samuels, BGS was talking about it when he was on there earlier today. But like when Kevin Samuels was talking about that winter is coming stuff, I mean, it was a real thing. It was a real thing, and I told Game Changer about it off the air. I'm going to be vague on the details because people I know be listening to my shit, and I don't want to give nothing away. But yeah, I got some blast from the past called up, tried to contact me sounding real homeless. So it's like, so no, it ain't
oh
happening.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. Yeah,
it ain't happening. It ain't almost going down. Like, no, I understand. And somebody said Michigan. Who was that? Somebody know the laws in Michigan clearly better than me. Said Michigan is the same. So yeah, no, you don't do that shit. But dudes be doing that, and the evidence that dudes be doing that is you don't see women holding "will work for food" signs. That is my evidence that dudes be taking women. They got somebody who will take them in. They always got somebody who would take them in. Both of y'all, well, Brenda got a man. I don't know Qua's relationship status, but if it came down to it, you got somebody you can call if you needed to call somebody. That just is what it is. That just is what it is. But we're joined by the infamous Dirty Folks. Joined by the infamous Dirty Folks. What's going on?
Man, nobody act like they wanted to hop up, man. So I just came to support the show. Plus, you made me push my time back. Now I know how rappers feel when Jay-Z dropped the album.
Oh, my bad, man. I share your stream. Whenever you drop it, I'll share it. But all right, but go ahead, man. What you got on this? What you got on this? You ever took in a stray?
Shit, they all strays, nigga. They all strays, man. 16 degrees, you still need housing assistance vouchers. They all strays. Anyway, to the original point, bro, about who's more dangerous.
Yeah. Thanks for taking us back to the title topic. Yeah, good call.
No problem, man. No problem. Because y'all got into tech guys don't trick, and I'm like, they trick the hardest. They just don't have as much access, so they trick on one girl. They just don't throw it in the air. Anyway, but you buy that Volvo station wagon for your baby mama. Anyway, but to the original point, I think that it's two ways you can look at it: by number and by ratio. By ratio, black women are more dangerous by a country mile. By numbers, it's kind of even because this is just as many Karens as there are Keishas, just by number. This is why I said, because everybody looking confused. Take a black woman with 2 master's degrees and Afro puffs, and let her listen to you talk about a stripper hoe with purple hair, you know what I'm saying, and tattoos on her neck, and you say you don't like that. The college grad chick with the Afro puffs will still defend the hood rat chick because they're the same person. So if there's no difference in ideology, they all ops. White girls at least have the differential between being a Becky or a Karen. Black girls just Keisha, and it's like a handful of pick-me's, but they don't have nowhere to no safe haven because men haven't created a safe spot for them, so they just become terrorists eventually.
So what you described, I'm gonna be honest, and I think that we see the same thing, but we may interpret it different. I think that black women really challenges black men's right to have standards.
I believe that
even if they meet that standard.
I don't.
So and I have a saying, in the black community, if you smack a fat bitch, a skinny one says ouch, because they see each other as the same. Like a man says that, oh, I don't really like fat women, and a not so fat woman would say, oh, how dare you, how dare blah blah blah. It's like, wait a minute, I'm telling you that you meet a standard. But yeah, that's not really the case with white women, where if you tell a blonde I really love blondes, they don't say, well, what about the brunettes? They don't do stuff like that. It's a different thing, and I think that it's really like more of a solidarity that black women have with each other, combined with questioning the right of a man to have standards.
I think they're just perpetual toddlers. Everybody else can differentiate. There are guys who are pookies. There are guys who are not. There are guys who are doing great in life who said, when I was a child, I thought as a child I was a pookie. Guys can say, I wear suits every day. I don't let my pants sag. So if you're talking about saggy pants dudes, that's not the culture I represent. And let it fly. If it don't apply, they let it fly. Black women don't let anything fly because everything applies to a dumb shit. So that's why they're more dangerous. But that's not even the right question. The right question is, who are bigger simps, black men or black women? I mean, black men or white men. That's the question. Who are the biggest simps? Because women can only do what men allow. If you talk about the Emmett Tills and Rosewood, whatever you want to talk about, there were white men who were simps over a goofy ass trailer park white woman, and then they destroy stuff. The question is, if my girl is talking wild and I slap her in her mouth, and then a bunch of guys see it, are they gonna say, yo, she was talking wild, she did deserve that pop? Or are they gonna say, that's a lady, we should jump them? That's the question on what women feel they can get away with. Because women are afraid of penalty. And that's all they're afraid of. It's penalty. That's why they'll be 2 hours late for your date, but won't be 6 minutes late for her employer, because her employer will write her up. Girls are scared of penalty, and as a general rule, men don't evoke penalty, so they just do what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, what penalty do you think Tyrese should have invoked? If you've seen the clip earlier,
I mean, I've seen that clip too many times. I think Tyrese should marry her.
Man, come on, man.
No. I don't think. No. Listen, I said Tyrese. We're talking about Tyrese, bro. Tyrese, he's a glutton for punishment, bro. That's how he gets his jollies. No, he's the on S&M. He's the M. You know what I'm saying? He's a submissive of every relationship he's in.
No, it's true because of R&B.
I don't think that he's masochistic. I don't think that he's masochistic. I do think that he's weak-willed, and I think that he's a sucker for affection, which is almost the definition of a simp. But he didn't seem to enjoy what was going on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what?
Like a masochist. Well, an M would enjoy it. Would enjoy that. I would think that Will is more of an M than him.
Okay. One doesn't denote the other, bro. Both can be true, bro. Will can be bigger. It doesn't mean he's okay. See it like this. I realized because I was talking to this dominatrix chick, and I realized that I was a dom and she was a sub. She liked getting stuck in closets when she disrupts the class. And
wait. She's a dominatrix that's a sub?
Well, she's into S&M. She's a submissive.
No, I get that, but dominatrix are domains.
I said that wrong. That was on me. She's a submissive. She claims to be.
Okay, gotcha.
She likes to be on a leash. She likes to be in the closet for 3 days.
No,
and I'm like, yo, I throw girls in closets all the time and put a chair under the door because she's talking crazy and I don't feel like abusing her. I was like, yo, so maybe I'm dominant. So I listened to this. When I listened to her, I realized that there are guys who like it the other way around. There are guys who pay her to put her heel in their throat and make them crawl. Like, people are strange.
No, I mean, I understand sexual submission. I mean, and if he has a humiliation fetish, and she does as well, that doesn't seem to be the dynamic because he retaliated against it. He's like, "Don't touch." You know, he
did
don't
not
like.
He did not. Okay, let me ask you. Bernard said it when she did. Don't touch me, and she was still touching him. Oh yeah, baby, because I want to.
I know, but what I'm saying is he didn't like what was going on. Like a person who has a humiliation fetish
on camera.
If he didn't,
a person with a humiliation. Okay, put it like this: you've dealt with people with humiliation fetishes. You know, do they say stop it in the middle of it? Like, you know, for example, a woman who likes to be crawled on a leash in front of people, obviously has a humiliation fetish. But if she says stop while you're doing it, and like that's not part of the fetish, it's not.
It is. Okay, check this out. You're looking at it wrong.
Safe word. Oh,
right. You're looking at it wrong. Most people that like to get a girl to choke them out, they're captains of industry where they're from, but then they go home and let their girl beat them up. Right? I think that my dad is he's not a man's man, but I think he's the man of his house until my mother says something, and then he hide in his car for an hour. But he would not let anybody else on the street disrespect his home. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, yo, Pops, you a coward, yo. But that's not the point. The point is that just because I allow you to bully me when the camera is off, you should know that this is how I make my livelihood when the camera is on. Don't disrespect me in front of the camera. But I can't do anything to you because I've allowed you to disrespect me for so long. So all I can say is, please don't hurt me. Put your hands off me.
It's a Will Smith situation.
It's a Will Smith situation.
Jada.
Well,
but he should marry her.
So many times.
But he should marry her.
Yes. We can only speculate.
Men shouldn't. Tyrese should. I'm just saying because fuck Tyrese. Look.
No. He need to go get some more. He need to.
I don't think he has any type of fetish that.
He need to go get himself. He need to get his mind right. Yeah. I don't even be making that recommendation.
He needs therapy.
Yeah. I'm glad you said it. But yeah, I ain't even that dude to be like, yeah, he need to go get therapy. But that's a situation where he needs some therapy. He needs some therapy. He needs something. He got to get himself together.
Tyrese is looking for the hug he never got from his mom.
And that's why he's looking.
I was saying that, but that doesn't mean he should marry her.
No. If he doesn't be with her, he's gonna be with a girl that shoot him in the back of the head or something. Might as well be with the devil he knows. He'll always be with an abusive chick. That is his MO.
Yes, unless he fixes himself. But if he doesn't want to, he's not going to.
Yeah,
and to me, it seems like he puts the woman first, like on a pedestal. So I was looking on some of their picture, but on her Instagram, and so he seems happy to be always smiling, next to her. But she is an Instagram thought. So I mean, that's what he wants. That's what he likes. It seems like so. He is. He does, in my opinion, he kind of likes that. He likes the toxicity that they come with. So, and these women tend to be kind of the same from caricature. Like they all look the same. They act the same. So their behavior is all the same. So he seems to like that. So if he leaves her, he's going to go to another woman who exactly like her. So I don't know.
Yeah, he's stupid. I mean, he's
very shallow.
The dude that's deluded into thinking that that's what he have to do. That's what he have to deal with. That's what that's what being with somebody. If he must be with somebody, that's what it's like. That's what it feel like. No, it can never make sense. I understand you saying that. Okay, that's apparently what he like. Just go on and stay with it because that's the devil he know. Like, nah, I never make that argument. Just go figure your life out. Get your mind right. Do some therapy.
I most certainly don't think that he likes it. But I will say this: this conversation that we having now is the reason that men don't tell other men shit like this. Because if you tell the homies this and they say, "Yeah, well, marry her because I think you like the shit, nigga." Like,
no. That's a personal.
And I think you like getting smacked on the back of the head. Like, I mean, if my homies like that, I would be like, what the fuck? I'm not telling you shit again.
Right. Okay. I had been with an abusive girl before, right? We fighting like cats and dogs, goofy ass, bro. And her name was Keisha, so she fit the mold perfectly. Anyway, and my friends will call me from San Diego. They'd be stationed in the Navy, like, yo, I heard y'all broke up, bro. Keep that girl away from me. Because they like, yo, she's toxic. Because they know who I am and know she was taking away from me, my energy, my humor, my ambition. Because when you start talking about Black people don't have much wealth, you talking about dream killers. And generally speaking, Black girls are dream killers. They're never there when you're shooting in the gym. They're never doing their homework on the bleacher while you're at football practice. But they want you to make it to the league and then cuff them. They don't even have the sense that white girls have in college to go to the athletic dorms and tutor the guys who they think they're going to go pro so she can get cuffed. They want you to go pro and then choose you. They want the finished product, the instant gratification, right? So when you look at that, you have to make a choice. Do you want success or do you want to love a Black girl? So when you have to make that type of decision and you choose love over, I don't want to use the word purpose because that's dumb, but over your own success and your own path, then you'll have the generational curse because that's what you love.
You know what I just realized? That the little tag underneath your name, I just realized that said aspiring slave owner. How's that going for you? You gonna get there someday?
Man, I'm gonna get there soon, man. Slavery ain't nothing but corporatocracy, bro. Whatever's in the employee handbook, that's what these toddlers gonna do. If you gotta bust down one of the male employees, because they all want to sleep with they co-worker anyway. Yo, you come in here, I'm gonna train you. I'm gonna give you 30 days of employee training. These are the guys who are certified to be with you. You got to choose from this group right here. I give you free housing. I give you food. You know what I'm saying? Here's your task and duties. You're only going to work 4 hours a day. You want to get paid for 8, but you only work for 4. Y'all spend the other 4 around the cash register just gossiping. So I'm going to give you 4 hours worth of work a day like Walmart, and you're going to suck the right dick, and everything going to work out.
So you're running a brothel?
No. Here's the thing.
What did
you asking me a question, I'll give you the answer. I love my brothers as I love myself, but I know my brothers love these women more than they love themselves. So I have to supply the women to the guys, and then I'll do it. But they're the accessory. They're not,
Yeah, that's some
the outfit.
The signing bonus.
That's some funny stuff. Aspiring slave owner. Yeah, we've been talking about slavery. Well, that's a whole nother topic. But a higher percentage than what we realize of Black people actually owned slaves back then. So, yeah. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic. But All right. What the fuck were we talking about?
Oh no, I wanted to comment on what
oh
he
yeah,
said.
go ahead.
So he definitely nailed the point that us as Black women, we're not there for our men, like where we're studying him to make sure like he has whatever he needs. But that's what I realized, that we're not playing our role as a supporting role. And so one thing I knew whenever I was coming to this relationship, I'm going to be anything he wanted. So if that means, hey, I have this presentation to do, and I need you to do this. And so I will listen to him and do exactly what he's looking for, because that's what he wants. And from there, like literally we're moving forward. But the moment I don't do that, now we're really going to be trailing back, because he was depending on me to do my role. But us women, we don't want to do roles. Like that's why we're trying to be a man. So I became the man in my previous relationships, I would say. And then whenever I realized, oh wait, I don't want to be the man, I actually want the man to lead me, I learned how to be cooperative, submissive, and I'm able to work with my man, but he's the one who gives me the assignment. I'm just here to help. I'm a helpmate. But that's how white women be doing. They go to the basketball games. They literally bring snacks. And this is coming from a background of drill team and stuff like that, and cheerleading world. Most white women are cheerleaders to their men. They really are. And so if we're not cheerleaders to our man, how are they supposed to go to the finish line? So if they cross the finish line, they're only going to
get a white girl.
People who are exactly. And that white girl is always working because she was always there.
I didn't see it.
Tutoring, dribbling, whatever he needed. She was always there. Seizing the opportunity. So
it's unfortunate that Black women are trained to be players themselves. They're trained to actually be on the field with you or against you. As opposed to being cheerleaders. It is sad. It's tragic that the culture has that the culture has devolved into that, especially since you're definitely going to lose. And when you compete with men in that way. So it's a losing endeavor, and they keep cheering on the next generation. Hey, Black girl, you rock, you're this and this, you rock, you have magic, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It never ends good. It never ends well.
And that's where we are right
now. Now you say you do anything for your man, your current man. Would you be a slave? Is he there? Don't give him ideas, but I'm just saying, no, like if he said, listen, I would like to have you as a slave. Here's my closet. Here's your leash. Let's get down to some slaving.
I think
sure.
Shout out to you. Shout out
there
to
you go.
you.
And what about you?
Happy?
No, what about Kwa? Would you be willing to? Because essentially what you're doing is surrendering your sovereignty to your mate. Would you be willing to surrender your sovereignty to your mate?
Game changer. Even though I don't like your choice of words, yes, I would be willing to surrender my sovereignty to my mate.
And that's good, because, and I'm glad that more women, particularly Black women, are willing to do that. Because remember when we had this conversation before, and I brought up slavery, and I said, simply put, when you're with a man, you're with a husband, you're his property, and he owns you. It was all kind of, oh no, I'm not property in this, and this. I don't know if it was the two of you that was giving that pushback, but
I was giving you backlash, and thank you, Brenda, because she did help to explain it. Because mainly why I was giving you backlash because it was the wording, but regardless of the wording, the principles are the same.
I think you
have drop the caps in the chat. I'm not buying whatever.
You guys have the wrong outlook on what slavery is. Slavery is awesome as long as your slave master is a man, right? Slavery was just
they agree to that. What did they got wrong?
No. Okay, I'm saying what all slavery is receiving labor
for free. Oh,
but it's not even free, because I have to feed you, I have to provide housing for you. You know what I'm saying? I still have to maintain you, right? but you just have tasks and duties directly to me. When a woman is, I call them secretaries, but slave, secretary, same thing. So if I'm the boss and she's my secretary, then she does what I ask her to do. And women are great at monotonous tasks. So the day-to-day stuff, so I don't have to handle the day-to-day and can look at bigger, brighter things. That's what she handles, so I can be a better me, right? Independent.
I'm confused because you said that they got it wrong. It seems like they got the understanding right.
Oh, they got it right.
Also, they're willing participants.
No,
they're willing participants, and I think that they have the understanding of it right.
I'm just saying, generally speaking, when people think slavery, because I'm reading the chat, they're like, "Oh, anybody that wants to be a slave, that's wrong. I can't support slavery." Slavery is Walmart. Walmart gives you not enough hours to go full time, and then they get all the corporate benefits. So basically, every woman that works at Walmart with a SNAP card is free labor.
Indentured slavery. So remember, they signed a contract.
But I mean,
they can still walk away.
Essentially, I think Qua and Brenda has it right. I mean, a willingness to surrender your sovereignty to your mate, not necessarily for wages, but for the security and trust in his leadership, or for whatever reason, is definitely a step in the right direction to creating a healthy relationship.
A woman who can't submit to one man will depend on 4 men.
Why?
Because
go ahead.
In order for a woman, first of all, any woman who says she did it alone, fuck 4 dudes who she will not name. There is no woman that really knows how to do anything, really. So everything functional in her life came from a man, and she just followed his instructions. When women follow other women's instructions, your lives are horrible. You should never listen to girls with clothes on. But when you follow men's instructions, things normally kind of work out for you, right?
Only some women, I would say 1%, because they think logically, and I've seen some women who are very solution-based.
Exceptions just make you exceptional.
Yeah, they're just exceptions. Okay, but yes, following women is really hard.
I don't know. No, women don't even want female supervisors at work. Like,
no, we don't.
That's
we
true.
Hate
no,
them.
studies have shown that. Yeah,
they
don't. Yeah, they don't want a female boss.
Yeah, like women with clothes on kind of suck. Clothes off, delicious. Clothes on, don't trust it. So following one man will make your life complete as long as you don't compare your life to other women. Because women don't even compare their lives to other men. They compare their lives to other women in snapshots, right? She went to Vegas. I want to go to Vegas. How come she gets 6 vacations a year and she's a cashier at McDonald's? She's selling ass, nigga. That's why. Because she depended on 6 different men to fly her out. You know what I'm saying? If
Dirty folks.
1 man, you'll follow 4 men. What's up?
Do you prefer a white slave or a black slave?
I don't care what color the slave is. I prefer orphans, really, because I want to have a family, period. But if I had to choose, I don't care what color she is, but her mother can't be black. She can have a white mom and a black dad, or she can be raised by wolves. I don't care. But her mom can't be black. She can be black if she want to be.
Okay. No, just curious. It goes into the main topic of, that we're talking here.
I'll tell you why she can't be raised by black women if you like, though.
Oh no, that's obvious. So yeah.
Oh, you ain't said nothing in a while. Say something, Qua. You've been sitting there in deep thoughts for like the last 20 minutes. What's on? Say something. What's on your mind?
Taking notes. I thought Game Changer was sharp tongue, but Dirty Folks, gosh. I think Brenda wanted to hear your take on why her mother can't be black.
Because black women raise their daughters on the zero theory, and I don't need that type of dysfunction.
What's this? Elaborate on the zero theory.
Yeah.
Okay.
All women. Brenda is writing. She like literally taking notes on zero theory.
I don't know why she got it right. This on film. Just not. All right. Anyway, this is zero theory. The knowledge that all women will leave you, and that's their right to, because being in any relationship is at will employment, right? All women will leave you. The difference between black women and every other woman on earth is
said all women will leave?
Yeah, all women have the ability to leave. You don't have to stay forever.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? All women will, and women initiate the departure.
Okay, go ahead. I was just a confusion of the words.
But it's I'm not saying she has to, but if she normally, if you give somebody more than 30 days, the woman is the one that left, right? All women have the ability, the capacity to leave for the most arbitrary of reasons. The difference between every other group of women and black women is that every other group of women wants to help her man make $1 so she can leave with 50 cents. Black women wants you to have nothing so she can say she could do bad by herself. So I would rather give you 50 cents off $1 than end up with nothing because you felt the need to compete with the person that's providing for you. It's just not worth the headache.
I see logic.
All right. Qua, where are you from? You have a slight accent.
I hear that a lot. I am from Virginia Beach, Virginia. I lived in Miami for 5 years, and it was a very aggressive place. So I picked up an accent there.
What does the aggressiveness of the place got to do with the accent?
They say you better talk like us. Like that's how aggressive it is.
Who were these? Where were these people from that said you got to talk like us?
No, it made me just like it was hardly like where I was. It's just is I didn't see that many blacks, and I didn't see no white people. It was just all Cubans, Haitians.
Okay. There you go. I was about to say you have an island.
Yeah.
Could you say something for me, please?
The island folks.
Yes.
Quiet. Could you say something for me, please?
What would you like me to say?
Call me now for your free reading.
Oh, Miss Cleo.
That's not that bad. You have
It is not that thick. If I say call me now, Miss Cleo, it's not that thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to go to Chantel's page?
Oh yeah.
That's
a real island girl.
Yeah. She sounds like she's fresh off the boat sometimes. But
yeah.
All right, we at the 2 hour mark. We'll round this one on up. Like to thank everybody who came on through. Dirty folks, did you push your time back for real?
Yeah, man. I normally go on at 3, but I ended
3?
up. Yeah, I normally go on at 3 in the afternoon, but I didn't do it today, so I was like, forget that. I'll just do it.
Where you at?
And then you popped up like 7:10. I was like, you know what? You on Angry Man on. Jap on. I'm like, ain't nobody.
Everybody.
I was like, I'm gonna just push it back.
Yeah, it's busy. Apparently, there's a new white girl related scandal going on, and everybody's talking about it. They're talking over each other, and people got thousands talking about that.
That means I got to figure out something to talk about tomorrow, other than the damn white girl. Shit, that's very difficult nowadays.
At some point.
You can't get views unless you talk about the white girl nowadays.
Yeah.
So Bernard, what's passionate?
She's hacking the algorithm.
White woman is God.
Your heart.
Huh?
What's near and dear to your heart, since you're like you're gonna have trouble coming up with the topic tomorrow because everybody's gonna be on the same thing? What's something you're passionate about that you know?
I mean, I've already blown that load of everything I'm passionate about, and I'm just going through the motions. It don't matter. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. No, I come up with something. I normally cover whatever is sort of trending in current events that relate to the general topics that we like to discuss. So either it's about something related to black men, black women, or just black culture, or just the dynamics between men and women. So if something is trending that sort of relates back to that will be the title, the topic, and I just sort of build what I'm gonna talk about back from there. So that's sort of how I do it. But no biggie. I'll figure it out. But I'm about tired of the non-scandal that is Pearly Things talking to some racist dude. I don't care.
Nah, she's stirring it up though. She's suing people.
Really?
Yeah, she's threatening to sue Courtney Michelle, Six the Goddess, Danica Marie, and
she basking in the glory of this shit.
Oh, I don't even like them, so it's cool.
I ain't gonna say I don't like them, but I mean, I'm neutral. I'm very neutral to them, and was neutral to Pearly.
I mean, I'm not all this people. I mean, the content, like they content. Yeah.
Oh no, I definitely don't pay attention to the content, but I'm just saying that I don't know, man. This is just getting out of control.
I think to me, okay, so with this whole situation, I still support just Pearly, just because there are certain things that she does, and why she's doing it is just she ended up being in this market because of her brothers. And so it's like, oh, my brothers are high earners, da da da. I came from a top 1% family, yada yada yada. So that's part of the reason why I'm supporting her. But whenever it comes to other things, she's shifting over to politics. And so if everybody, you're going to have to accept people's differences at some point. And so
she gonna
this
shift
is
over
what
to
she wants to
covering.
do.
She gonna shift over to
Let's see
covering.
what she does. Yeah,
She's gonna shift
brand,
over to covering any and everything. And as far as let's see what she does, like as far as I'm concerned, I was never that interested, and I didn't think other people was really that interested. I think people conjured up some fake news. As far as I'm concerned,
and now y'all really blew her up.
Let me ask you this.
She's going up.
Let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. Would you consider yourself one of her Africans?
Oh, probably. But I don't work under her. But I support what she's doing. And the other reason why is because she's in Europe, and also she found a market of, oh, wait, everybody's from different countries, German, da da da. But most of them, I don't know if y'all have realized, but most of them are African, like African descent. So a lot of what they're going through is something that I'm going through. I'm Kenyan American, but I'm more American than I'm Kenyan because of the time frame that I came over here. And so a lot of the things that they talk about, it's definitely it's something that I've already gone through. And so with her, she just found she's a saleswoman, and so she just found something that she's really something that she can milk. And so she's doing her thing. She learned how to hack the algorithm, etc. But to me, there's certain things, like if I was to debate her, especially with some women points, whenever it comes to abortion, I could probably destroy her on certain things, especially with religion. She says she went to Catholic school. I am full-blown Catholic, and I know a lot more in the spirituality aspect of Catholicism. And so there's certain things that, like, to me, it doesn't matter. It depends on how much you know about a topic. And so she knows about how to make money because, her dad can help her out. Anybody can help her out. She has a network.
All right.
She has a great network.
I was trying to end the show, but obscure opportunities are gonna pull up on me right when I was about to hit the end stream button. Why you doing me like that?
My bad.
I thought we was cool. You trying to hold me hostage? Go ahead. What you got? I give you a minute. Go ahead. What you got?
No. Go ahead. You can end it. I ain't even gonna do that to you. Go ahead and get your rest, man. I'll be back again.
Oh no. If it's something you want to just say on the topic or anything, go ahead. You got it.
Yo, so shout outs to everybody, first of all, for putting in the hours to come here. But as you already know what I'm going to say, man, let's get focused on the bag. Let's start chasing assets. Let's get our stuff together. Man, there's people out here talking bad all the time. I tell you what, I lived in Israel. Okay, so I know about folks that y'all guys be talking about. I lived in Israel for 3 years, right? And so what it's really about is putting in work, owning assets, owning industries. So if y'all really want to learn some of that, then of course, check out my brother here. He's giving that information. But at the same time, you guys got to focus on building and developing. I kind of the tail end of what she said. Pearly had X, Y, and Z. Look, guys, y'all got the same type of tap-ins to the same type of rich folks. I tapped in with Gordon. I tapped in with rich investment bankers, all from the social networking, bigger pockets, millions of investors in real estate. The opportunities and options are there. It's at your fingertips. Humans never had this plug on data and information before. You know why? Because I did it, bro. So get that done. Get it out of here, or people are going to sell you struggle all your freaking life. They're going to sell you struggle, conflict. We can't do this. Master ain't going to let me do this. Master ain't going to let you do it. But I'm the master chief on my deck and in my life. Ain't nobody finna tell me nothing. No black, no white, no nothing. I'm going to get it done. And if you got a problem with it, then watch me succeed and watch you complain. Shout outs to you and all day, every day.
Right on, my man. We're gonna end on that note, on that good positive note right there. We're gonna end on that note. And yeah, man, me and him, we did an excellent one-on-one, and I clipped a part of it that was real good. The video is titled it's titled something like, a man explains how he got super rich. I highly recommend.
Yeah, you put the super on there. You put super.
Yeah, I know. I put super on there. I thought it'd get more people to click on it. It ain't work.
I clicked on it. It worked. I saw it like 4:00 this morning. It worked.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it worked because I was at work. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Very inspiring, man. Very inspiring. So yeah, y'all definitely watch that video. And I got his links in the description if y'all want to click his links and find out more what he's about. If hell, get a private session with him. Get a private session with him. He got a wealth of information.
We can work out corporate slavery.
Okay, yeah. Y'all do that. Y'all get y'all little plantation together, all that. But all right. But no, we gotta get up out of here. Thank you everybody for coming through, participating in the stream. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Peace. We gone.